Hey everyone, have you ever submitted your film, music video, or series episode to a film festival and you're filling out the form and you come across that box that says director statement and you're wondering what that's for? Well, when I first started submitting films to film festivals many years ago, I had no idea what that was for either. It was a statement. Were you quoting John F. Kennedy? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, right? Are you making some grandiose, statement that's supposed to live on in infamy, like you're a philosopher or something? I had no idea what to put in there. And so, quite frankly, I didn't put anything in there because I just didn't know what I was doing, didn't care, and didn't think it was important. My name is Mikel Fair. I'm a film festival director now. I've been a film festival director since 2008, and we review hundreds and hundreds of film submissions, music videos, series episodes every month, all the time. And I'm seeing a lot more people making the same mistake I did. They have no idea what to put for your director's statement. And that's a missed opportunity in my opinion. But first of all, you have to understand what a director's statement is. A director's statement is an explanation of the motivation of why you created that specific film. Why did you create this specific work of art? Doesn't matter whether it's a song, a poem, a sculpture, a painting, the story behind the story is always a cool thing to learn about. You've been in these conversations where you have your favorite director or you have your favorite producer or something, and you like the way that they make these specific films. You like their style, you like their energy. This is your opportunity to explain your energy behind what you made. And if you're not the director, I can understand. You need to ask the director and say, hey, can you please provide me with a director's statement that we can use for our submission form to explain why you wanted to be involved with the project, or what vision you were trying to go for with this particular film, video, screenplay, whatever it is. And if for some reason, if the director's not available, or maybe you're a creative person that wanted to be in the film yourself, and so you hired a director just to kind of make sure everything went well, it's okay to put a producer statement in here. It's really okay. It's not just limited to the director. But again, motivation. Let me go back to the actor thing and why I brought that up. In the world of short films that we see submissions in the film festival circuit, sometimes there are actors that will finance their own film because they need that particular 8 minutes or 12-minute video to show that they can play other roles that they may have not had an opportunity to cast in. For example, if you are the pretty young 20-something fit person that is always getting these romantic roles, or playing, someone who's attractive and who other people are pursuing, and you want to play a completely different role. In this film, you want to be an attorney, or you want to be in a medical situation as a doctor, or you want to play someone who is in crisis, and you don't want to necessarily play along with what you're being typecast as. I see a lot of films like that come from actors or financed by actors, where they're really putting their energy into this film and their creativity into this film to have an opportunity to showcase a different role or a different facet of their profession. That's a great motivation. That's a good thing to explain. Maybe you wrote this particular film, or maybe you got together with a group of writers, or maybe your group was inspired to create a particular film because you were dealing with an issue on campus as a student, or maybe there's a political issue that was important to you, or maybe a spiritual or religious issue that was important to you, and you felt like you needed to tell that story. This is what you need to be talking about in a director's statement. I'll give you an example, a real world example. We had a film that was submitted, and it was a silent comedy from like the 1920s era, where the actors were acting but they weren't saying anything, and then every once in a while an image would flash on the screen to explain the dialogue. Hello, how are you? And those old school films, how they were when films first started coming out, and silent films were a thing. Well, we had this submission that was a silent film, and it was okay. It wasn't incredibly funny or anything when I was watching it, and it was pretty well done. And when it was over, and it was a short film, 7-minute film, it's like, okay, well, this was okay. But then I read the director's statement, and the director who directed the film had a relative that was deaf, and they wanted to make a comedy version of a story that they really liked and enjoyed, but they wanted to make it so that this person who was deaf could understand it and enjoy it. And their entire career in the film industry was just based on making films and entertaining movies, comedies for people that had disabilities. And they went on to do several of those, and I thought that was very inspiring. And it made me and all the other judges look at the film in a whole different light to say, okay, they were doing this not just as a gimmick, but they were doing this as a purpose. They had a purpose to this. And the film ended up getting high marks. And then when we interviewed the filmmaker, they talked about that. And the whole audience was silent. They wanted to hear this. There was the only person who had ever stood up in front of the festival and explained that particular angle for creating a movie. That creates rapport. That creates a support. You look at something like that and you're like, wow, you feel a connection to it. And that's what artists are trying to do. They're trying to connect with their audience on some level, some topic, some understanding, in some way that it can make their film or their work or their reputation memorable. And you could always look back at that experience the way that I just did. So take this opportunity to write about the motivations for your film. Here's a great place to start. Was this a school project? Was it a thesis project? Is this film something to showcase abilities? Is it for a particular cause? Is it to raise money? Did you create this film because you've always liked a certain type of film? Big martial arts fan, you wanted to make action. Some people are even in like competitions like Cinegear and stuff where they're trying to just showcase the cinematography, or they're telling a story about a documentary about the environment. Whatever it is, instead of leaving it blank, instead of putting nonsense in there, explain yourself. And you're going to find that it's going to pay off in the future. Having a complete submission form with every single box on the form explained with time, care, and detail, with the same time, care, and detail that you use to actually make your movie, really looks good. You are competing with people that are taking time to create marketing materials that are attractive and they look professional. I encourage you, if you want to get into more film festivals, get your packaging right. Put a professional foot forward and make your submission memorable to the people who are reviewing it. If you need help with this, I've written a book. It's called The Film Festival Submitter's Handbook. It is on Amazon. It is on Kindle Unlimited. And I will put the link in the description, and you can support me creating these videos by going and getting my book. That would be awesome. And then hopefully I'll see your submissions come through the film festival circuit, and maybe we'll meet at one of our future events in Georgia, Texas, or in Oregon. My name is Mikel Fair. I want to thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.